Alright, what's up everybody? It's the one and only ClutchGoneShoot, and today I want to show you guys my Providence AR build. This is like one of my best AR builds that I've made. I've been wanting to make this build for you guys for a while, but luckily I haven't had any luck with getting the rolls that I wanted. So kind of sucks, but that's okay. This is the overview of the build that I'm running. Just three-piece Providence defense, one-piece Grupo, one-piece Fitness, and then Fox Prayer knee pads. So for the gun, I'm using the Police M4 with In Sync on it and damages targets out of cover. That's just the gun that I like to use for this build. My mods, I'm using Crit Chance, linked laser pointer. I told you guys before, this piece is vital for this build. 5% critical hit chance. Sorry, and then plus 20 extended mag. Secondary is I'm running the Nemesis. You don't have to run a Nemesis. This build, um, for your secondary, you can use whatever you want. You can run the EB, a Bighorn, whatever you feel comfortable with. The secondary is whatever you feel comfortable with. I feel comfortable with sniping whenever I get a chance to, so that's why I run it. For my pistol, I'm just running a normal pistol with InSync on it, just to do a little bit more damage against ads, if in case I have to shoot an ad with no ammo. For my mask, I'm running crit chance, crit damage, and a crit damage mod with armor on it. As you can see, the three piece Providence is headshot damage, crit chance, and critical hit damage. I wanted to stack crit chance and crit damage as much as I could. For my chest piece, I'm running a Providence chest piece with spotter on it, with crit chance, crit damage, and a crit damage mod, weapon damage on the core attribute. So this is really nice to have. Again, spotter, and that link laser pointer. Like I told you guys, it works perfectly. This holster, Providence holster with crit chance, crit damage, and armor rolled onto it. I wasn't lucky enough to get a higher roll of of crit damage. It actually rolled the crit chance on this build actually rolled with 3%. It had to max it all the way out to 6. Wasted a lot of material, man. For my knee pads, I'm running Fox Prayer knee pads just to get that. The only reason I'm running Fox Prayers is just to get that damage to targets out of cover. Like I told you guys before, I'm a big fan of targets out of the cover. Um, Other people are fans of damage to armor, so it's just a preference. If you want to run damage to armor, then run contractors and switch these knee pads out for Fenris. Totally up to you. You can run how you want it to, but this is how I run it. For my gloves, I'm running a Fenris gloves with crit chance, crit damage, and armor rolled onto it, just to give you that extra 10% weapon damage. It's vital. It helps. For my backpack, I'm using a Grupo backpack with Adrenaline Rush. Adrenaline Rush and Spotter to me are one of the best two combinations in the game. It just works out because if you're playing up close against people and you're melting every single person that you can possibly fight, running this will give you that extra armor whenever they're getting closer and closer to you. For my rolls, I have crit chance, crit damage, and a crit damage mod. Weapon damage rolled on the core attribute. Really nice. For my skills, I'm running a shield. Just only reason for you to run a shield would just to be fighting against like servers, man. You just need a little something to protect you. That's the only reason you have to run this. If you don't want to run it, don't run it though. Totally up to you. I know a lot of people don't like running shields. That's fine. Run what you feel comfortable with. For my second skill, I'm using an EMP sticky just to disrupt those people that use like shotguns and shields and shotguns foam. Anybody that uses shield and foam, you can EMP, or even skill builds. I use EMP sticky when somebody drops shrapnels. You just shoot the EMP at the ground where their shrapnel traps are. Boom, they go away. It's perfect, man. I love using this when I'm fighting against skill builds. So for my stats, I have 60 crit chance, 179 crit damage. You can get around 185 if you have everything maxed, but you gotta have everything maxed out. And luckily, if you do have those pieces, then you'll have that extra little 6% basically crit damage. It does help. 6%, it makes a difference. Every percent makes. This is like I said. This is the build that I'm running though. Make sure you have that specialization on technician for this build to work. But for the guns, let me wrap back to that. For the guns, you don't have to use the Police M4. You could also use the Carbine 7 or the FAL. Now, it's totally up to you, whichever one you have and like the most. It's all about preference. Me, my go-to are fast fire rate guns. So I only go for the Police M4 or the Carbine 7 whenever I'm fighting against servers because I just want to shoot fast as possible. You need to shoot as fast, reload as fast as possible, so you can melt everybody. The FAL does that, but the FAL shoots a little slower, obviously, because it hits harder. So you'll be able to melt people faster, but you'll always have to reload. You're losing out on 11 bullets basically. The Carbon 7 and the Police M4 have 51 bullets in the mag, and this one only has 41. So that's 10 bullets basically. Not a big difference, but it does matter. Now, if you wanted to max this build out to the highest possible as you can, I would keep it like this though. But I would run 1.5 just because in the clips that you guys seen when I was fighting against servers, it is OP. I love it, but uh, you're fighting against a lot of people, so you need to survive just a little bit longer. That's the only bad thing about it. The build hits hard though, man. This hits like a truck. I love this build. It's just super, super, super tanky. But I know some people are gonna say like, "Hey, Clutch, I don't want to run Fenris gloves," or "Hey, I don't want to run Fox prayers." That's totally fine. You could also run contractors, switch this knee pads to a Providence knee pads, and then run Coyote's mask just to get that extra crit chance, crit damage within those meteor radiuses. So you could also run that. That would totally work. But that would put you at 3-3. That's the only thing. Unless you can get this backpack or this chest piece to roll a blue, you'll be at 3. 3-3 hits hard. It's all about preference. When you're looking at my builds, all my builds are mainly gonna have 2-4 or 3-3. But I like 2-4 a little bit better because you survive a little bit longer, and it does make a difference. But like I said, it's totally up to you. Every build has different ways to make it better. I know some people in the comments are gonna say they have different ways of making this better, and everybody has their own opinion. So everybody works differently. Like some people won't like spotter. Some people won't even like adrenaline rush. Just that's just that simple. You don't have to run adrenaline rush. Perfect vigilance would work as well. I wouldn't run perfect vigilance though because then you'll have to run. Oh, you could run perfect vigilance, but then you'll have to change one of these three pieces to a group. So that would work as well. So if you're one of those people that like perfect vigilance just to give you that extra damage, then totally run it. I would run it then. I just don't like perfect vigilance that much. Big fan of adrenaline. But this build hits hard, man. If you seen my clips, the gameplay that I was of me using this build, I'll post it. I'll post a link of me using the build in PvP down below. But this build, man, I love it. It's one of my favorite builds that upcoming, and it's super OP, man. I do hope you guys like it. If you did like the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below if you have any questions. It's ClutchGoneShoot, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.